Are you someone that wants to breed reptiles? Do you think that's the right move to make? Well, in today's video, we're going to be talking about just that.
My name is Nick Pulaski. Growing up, I have always had a passion for wildlife, and with that passion, along with my passion of filmmaking, I get taken on some amazing adventures creating wildlife content, getting up close with a variety of incredible animals. So come follow along as I pursue my goals of educating, inspiring, exploring, and conserving wildlife, all while having fun, seeing the beauty in our natural world.
What is going on, everybody? Thank you so much for joining me here today. I am with Willow, my beautiful, beautiful Woma python here. She is looking fantastic, and I am just in love with this girl for sure. If you've been longtime viewers of the channel, you have seen her process and her progress growing into the beautiful, beautiful lady that she is. And I got into this species purely because I love Woma pythons. I remember seeing them in books when I was a kid and seeing all the different Australian species of snakes, and I'm like, this one takes the cake. I mean, they are just so cool with the striping and banding on these guys. They have amazing personalities that I came to find out later on once I could fully see them in person, and that was a real exciting thing for sure. And I knew right then and there that this was a species I definitely wanted to get involved with. And today's video is going to kind of linger on this topic. Now, as you guys know, I have multiple Woma pythons, and I am starting to pursue breeding these guys. But breeding Woma pythons wasn't the original goal. Just appreciating them and owning them was something that was the original goal. And then down the line, I started pursuing the breeding projects to get into these guys and work with these guys a little bit more intensively in terms of the breeding side of things. So today's topic on today's video is all about, is breeding reptiles the right move for you to make? And it's purely going to be a simple thing. Obviously, like I just said, full transparency, I am someone that breeds reptiles, and I'm not trying to steer people the wrong way, basically making a marketing tactic of some sort, trying to make people more customers for me versus other people. That's not my goal whatsoever. Really, my goal for today's video is to really open people's eyes and really get them thinking, is this the right move to make? Is breeding reptiles the right move for me? Because it is a big deal at the end of the day. There is multiple mouths to feed. You have to make sure that you have a great marketing strategy, all these different things, and you are going to make sure too overall that you are someone that truly wants to get involved in this day in and day out. Because at the end of the day, you are working with living and breathing animals. So the three main questions that I would probably ask someone that is about to start getting into breeding projects and really invest into breeding reptiles is, why do you want to breed reptiles? What about the certain species that you are interested in breeding really makes you want to dive deeper into breeding that species specifically? And overall, do you have the best knowledge and care ability for the specific species that you are trying to breed? All three of these things are major points, and I'm sure there are other big question topics that you also want to implement as well too, and things to add to this topic as well. So if you do have anything, always leave those things down in the comments. We're all trying to help each other out here, and I know you guys do a fantastic job of doing that week in and week out. So if you guys have any other suggestions or opinions about this personal topic, let me know in the comments below. But it really falls down to those things. I mean, you really have to be someone that is really passionate and really cares for the species that you're working with. Because at the end of the day, you are going to be working with multiple specimens of that specific species. So you want to make sure that it is a species that you can, one, put up with, handle confidently, and care for confidently. Otherwise, it's just not going to be the right move for you to make. You are going to get way over your head really quickly, and it's just going to fall all the way down the command of chain. So you want to make sure, first and foremost, that you are working with something and diving into breeding something that you for sure can take on and take care of multiple different specimens of that species for sure. And I think too, it's not something that you want to take lightly. There are so many people that just impulsively think this is going to be something for a quick money grab, and I will tell you this, after so many years of working with animals and also breeding them, it is definitely not something you get into for money. It is solely something that you have to really love these animals, and I cannot emphasize that enough, because there is a lot of care and a lot of financial things that go into a bulk load of animals for sure. A lot of people say you want to grow into business, not go into business, and it's totally true. You know, if you start off with one snake and then you purchase 50 more snakes, you are about to enter a whole different perspective of what caring for snakes and reptiles in general is going to be like. Because caring for one snake is one thing, but caring for 50 snakes, is going to be something that is totally a different ball game. So you want to basically think about these things ahead of time before you start getting ahead of yourself, because it can be something that can turn into a problem real fast. Along with, you just simply need to have the knowledge about these animals. You need to know about these animals' behaviors. You need to know about the care needs and the requirements for these animals as well too. It's not about just making a quick buck. You want to make sure that these animals are going to proper homes and make sure that animal is suitable in the home that it's going to as well too. It's all about being a responsible breeder at the end of the day, and that is something I cannot emphasize enough. And again, I'm not going to lie to you guys and say that the finance side and the making sales side isn't important. It truly is. But at the same time, if you are not making responsible sales with people, not staying in contact with your customers, not doing certain things by the books and making sure that these animals are going to the proper homes and getting the proper care that they need, one, the animal is just going to suffer. Two, your business can suffer. Three, the person, your customer, your clients can suffer as well too. And it can just go down the chain of command of different problems that can arise if you are not doing your due diligence. And again, it is something that I have grown into over the years of working with these animals and all the species that I am personally breeding. And I'm working with species that I love. I'm not breeding every single species that I own, and I don't plan to do that with every single species that I own. Certain animals I am just totally fine with just appreciating for who they are and what they are, and I don't need to breed more of them for my personal needs or to sell to other people as well too. I am totally okay with the animals that I have for those specific species. But for other ones like these Woma pythons, I'm really excited to get into and breed those guys, because I am really excited to see what offsprings we get from the animals and the individuals that we personally have in the collection. So really excited about those types of things, and that's what gets me out of bed each and every day to run into this room and work with these guys. So again, guys, I am not saying by any stretch of the imagination to not become someone that is a breeder over time. I am just saying, think about it in a big, broad perspective if this is something that you truly want to dive into, if you are truly ready to make that commitment, because it is not something to take lightly whatsoever. From experience, it is a total life-changing experience for sure. But for me, personally, I find it very rewarding at the end of the day as well too. I love the animals that I work with. I love doing the shows. I love traveling. I love meeting new people and educating them about all these animals. It's something that really goes hand in hand with me, and I've met so many incredible people that has, one, helped improve the care of the animals that I personally have taken on and just evolved my craft in working with these animals. But two, I have learned so much and gotten so much hands-on experience, insight, all the things, you name it, from doing what I do. And I really am appreciative of all the opportunities and experience gained from what I've been doing with these animals. But again, you don't have to become someone that is a breeder to work with these animals. You can simply just own reptiles just to enjoy reptiles as a hobbyist and enjoy them as pets. That's totally fine. That's how I started off. When I was personally younger, I wasn't thinking of these animals when I saw them as something that people were breeding or working with. I was totally ignorant to that side of things. I was just appreciating these guys for what they were. So I had species growing up that I was just really excited to work with, learn about, and get my hands on. And I had a normal ball python before I even knew there were morphs, and I was really okay with that. It was a really exciting thing at the end of the day for me. I had corn snakes before I knew that there was thousands of different morphs out there of corn snakes besides the basic ones out there. And the list goes on and on. I was really thankful to have that kind of opportunity growing up, where I was surrounded by nature and immersed with nature, where I was constantly learning, constantly just fascinated with the outdoors and learning about these animals, and didn't have a care to breed these guys whatsoever. So I would say probably a large bulk of my life was completely ignorant to the breeding side of things and just enjoying these animals for what they are. And I carry that into my day today, where I am still obviously working with and breeding these animals on a seasonal basis, but I'm still enjoying the individual animal as it is and enjoying it for what it is. And I'm not taking that lightly whatsoever as well. And that's something that everyone should be carrying on as well too, is appreciate these animals for what they are and just really stay fascinated with these animals. If you aren't waking up and you're looking in your enclosures and looking at these animals and you're not excited about them, it's probably not the best move to make to breed a whole bunch of these animals and have a whole bunch of them and have to have that as a burden for you rather than something that excites you at the end of the day. And there's a whole other side of this too, where you have to make sure that you are able to market these animals and make sure that you can sell these animals as well too. Otherwise, you are going to overwhelm yourself and you're not going to have the ability to sell these as well too. That's another huge component too, that you want to make sure you are having the ability to both be aware and knowledgeable about these animals, but also be able to market these animals so you know that you can get actual clients that can actually buy these animals from you as well too. That is also a huge crucial point as well too. So if you don't have a confident marketing strategy as well too, that is also going to hurt you, and it's going to also hurt the animals because you are going to be overloaded, you're going to become frustrated, and it's only going to harm you. I can warn you, it's going to cause negative effects towards you, towards the animals. It's not going to be a pretty sight whatsoever. So these are very crucial things to keep in mind if you are considering breeding. And if you are someone that is considering breeding, I also want to hear from you down in the comments as well too. First, I want to know what species you're considering breeding, or what species you are starting to breed if you are a new breeder to this and you just invested in things. It is not a bad thing whatsoever, but it is something that you obviously should be keeping mindful note on always, to make sure that you are always improving, always doing the most that you can for these animals, and also for your clients as well too after you get these animals from you. And I love to hear from past clients as well too, and seeing updated pictures from their animals as well too. That's always something that's super rewarding for me, and hearing the stories of their animals in person as well too always makes me super happy inside. But there it is, guys. Like I said, leave your comments and your opinions down below. I would love to hear those. So many other people love to hear those things as well too, so definitely leave those down below. I appreciate you guys tuning in today. This is definitely an important topic that I just wanted to share with you guys, just for the well-being of these animals and for the well-being of you as well too. It goes hand in hand at the end of the day. We're a team, me and these animals, so we got to work together here. But thank you guys so much again for watching. If you guys could do me a few favors, if you could like this video, subscribe to the channel, I would greatly appreciate it, as well as hit that notification bell so you know when I upload. Definitely check us out on our social media as well too. I've been posting some updates there as well. We have some really exciting stuff in the works and some really fun travel in the works as well too this holiday season, so definitely check us out there. Otherwise, guys, I appreciate you guys as always. Thank you so much for tuning in, and until next time, we will see you guys soon. Take care.